Lori Peters, and today I'm here with New York Times bestselling author Gary Vaynerchuk. Welcome, Gary.
You remember me as My Hair Talking?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
Of course, met a couple times. Yep.
Because I had a website, myhairtalking.com, because people were always talking about my hair because it was so thick and curly, and my hair started talking back.
TV clients in LA?
No, not on this trip. It was different kind of business. I was speaking at Disney and meeting with some different people.
Are you working on TV? I just started a new website, blogmytv.com.
Great. Good for you. Yeah, I have TV clients. I can talk plenty about TV. So
when we met at Media Bistro, I was the only one who said I'd rather have my TV than my computer.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
What do you recommend for TV clients now as far as social media?
Well, I think the big thing is there's a couple different things going on. One, obviously, people are watching at different times, so scheduled programming has changed a little bit. And obviously, thinking about what those habits are and what you could be doing to market to people 24 hours a day, not just when your show's premiering, I think is one thing we talk a lot about. And the other thing we talk about is like integrating into the show itself. Obviously, hashtags have now become the norm on television. But, other things like can we drive people to Instagram or to Facebook and things of that nature. So kind of the integration on television to take advantage of the second screen phenomenon and talking about the fact that programmed television is now watched at all different times, so you need to be kind of on at all times.
That's true. I was looking at ZBox, the TV app, and I noticed that they were telling me, say goodbye to Amber because she went home on this action TV show on NBC. And it was like, I hadn't even watched the show yet. It was like, they should have said spoiler alert or something. They just ruined the show for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think of that app?
Yeah, I think you got to be careful, right? Obviously, recognizing that people are, I think every TV, network and production company needs to realize that it's going to be tough to put out stuff on social media. Obviously, a lot less people use social media on the West Coast than the East Coast with television because a lot of stuff because a lot of people already have watched it and they try to stay off social media if they don't want to have spoilers. So there's a lot of dynamics that that are really changing the way the world works, and so it's there's going to be a lot of shifts I think over the next 10 years. I think that one of the things you'll see is maybe shows starting to air at the same time on both coasts, so literally 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. West Coast. More like a sports schedule for the biggest shows. So there's just going to be changes. There's always going to be, the world always evolves, and spoiler alerts really are a problem for people, so you've got to do a better job with it.
You said there was a 72-hour rule with new social media that clients should just go on and try it and not worry about ROI.
Yep. So I'm a big fan of testing things out. A lot of people, didn't think that Instagram or Pinterest or Snapchat were going to be a big deal, but a lot of those people had never used it, right? All they did was read articles or heard people talking about it. So I'm a big fan of using product. So I always try to recommend our clients, TV and non-TV clients, to test and use and try these products because it's a whole lot easier to, talk about them or criticize them once you actually have had a chance to actually try them. And so I think once something's out, to try them for 3 days is a really important thing to do to get a taste for yourself of what the platform's about.
Ritz crackers, they were just kind of having fun with it, which is
with Vine, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and Vine turning out to be pretty big, so it's it's a good thing. So yeah, we believe in that stuff quite a bit.
So tell me about your new book coming out, Jab, 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 Right Hook.
So my big thing is figuring out how to storytell on social media. So the new book really talks about how you create micro content, how the content needs to be native to the platform. And so I talk about my thesis of how to storytell in a mobile, noisy world. And I really think about breaking down lots of pieces of content throughout the book on what's good, what's bad, what's good content, what's not. And so it's more of a
How do you show that?
So I do it by picture, and then I speak over the status updates. So there's thousands of status updates from Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram that I go through.
Right.
And so it's going to be more even like a guide and a reference tool than it is even a book. So I'm excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I wanted it to be a little more evergreen, meaning like you could use it for a year or two and go back to it, and you know, and so I want to make it a utility as much as I want to make it entertaining. So I'm excited about it. So it's going to obviously written. There will be an audio, and I am thinking about, and I haven't come up with it yet, but there is. I have a lot of energy to come up with some sort of video product for it. I just haven't gotten all the way there yet with my publisher.
Yeah, because I know on iBooks, and I was looking at writing on there, and you can do anything.
Yep, you really can.
I wrote a book on how to start a subscription box company.
Nice.
Yeah. And,
did you interview any of the founders of any of the box companies, or you just kind of talked about it yourself?
Well, I had done it for a while myself, and I had interviewed a few of them. I interviewed Clutch Club founder, Jules, and I actually referred to Birchbox a lot. So,
sure.
And I thought they had a April Fool's joke that was really funny, and I put it on a website, and that they were starting a new subscription box, and everybody looked at it, and then it was just a box of boxes.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, that was really funny. And everybody was like, oh my God, they're starting a new box.
That was good.
So what would you recommend to somebody who was going to start a new one?
A new subscription box?
Yeah.
Two things. One, know the space. Know what, have a good knowledge of the space that you want to sell in. Make sure you know the product. And two, pay attention to the math of how you're acquiring users and what they're worth. In the subscription box business, I think it's very quantified on math, and I think that it really, really matters. And so understanding acquisition costs versus lifetime value costs is very important. So it's have a founder or at least a very substantial hire that's grounded in strong math.
Like a lot of people that have written me, because right now I have it as an ebook and I'm expanding it, and people are writing me from like Saudi Arabia. I'm getting
I love it.
Emails from like all around the world. It's amazing.
Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome.
So, you like LA?
I do like LA. The weather's nice. I mean, now that Uber's in LA, I can get around. I like it a lot more.
Oh, okay. Is the traffic's like really bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it by New Jersey and New York traffic, so